Hi, I'm Donna Serdula, and I'm the founder of LinkedIn-Makeover.com. And with me today is Mark Struczewski. Mark is a next-level productivity expert, and he has a fantastic podcast. It's all about giving simple, easy-to-follow tools so those who are listening will be able to really ramp up and achieve that next level productivity. And so I asked Mark to join me because I get a question all the time from my clients, and that is they recognize the importance of LinkedIn, but they just don't have the time to get on and really be effective. And it made me think this really isn't a LinkedIn question, it's a productivity question. And so Mark, what can people be doing to make more room in their life, make more time in their day so they can really use LinkedIn as that proper business tool?
Well, first of all, Donna, thank you for having me on your video here. It means the world to me. I have some breaking news for you. Everybody gets 24 hours in a day. I know that's very shocking to people. They're like, really? And here's the amazing thing about the 24 hours. You get to choose how you spend those 24 hours. Now, you can choose to watch cat videos on YouTube for 8 hours. You can choose to watch a marathon of Game of Thrones or a Game of Cards, or I don't even watch these TV shows. I don't even know what they're called, but you choose what you want to watch. If you want to watch baseball all night, you choose. So if you want to maximize how you spend time on LinkedIn, guess what you have to do? You have to grab your calendar, whether that's a printed calendar or an app, and you have to schedule time. I don't mean up here. I mean on purpose in your calendar, say from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, Monday through Friday, I'm going to spend time on LinkedIn. I'm going to spend time interacting with my connections. I'm going to spend time reading relevant articles, commenting, because you will not stumble into time to spend on LinkedIn. You won't stumble into doing anything unless it's lazy, unproductive stuff. You have to plan for it. And the number one tool I tell everybody is if it's not in your calendar, it's not going to happen.
And I think in a way, what will happen is once they start scheduling that time and they start to see some positive, successful results, then it's going to become something that they're going to want to start to do. And maybe it becomes something that they don't necessarily need to calendar into the future. But as a really good kickstart, that jumpstart, calendaring it, putting it into that calendar is the greatest thing. It's a good way to get started.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, be honest with you, I don't schedule time to LinkedIn. And the reason why to do LinkedIn, sorry about that, tripped over my own tongue. What I do is when I'm sitting watching television with the wife, or we go shopping and she goes off to her department, whatever, I'll pull up LinkedIn and spend 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. But when you're just starting, if you're saying, look, there's not enough time, you have time to spend on LinkedIn. The problem is you're doing other things. So in the beginning, while you have those training wheels on, you need to schedule 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever works for you. And that's something I tell all my clients and audiences, what works for you, not what works for Donna and what works for Mark, what works for you. Once you get into the rhythm, then you don't need to schedule anymore, because you could be sitting there at like 10 o'clock at night and go, you know what, I'm going to hop on LinkedIn for 10 minutes. But until you get that habit down, you have to schedule it.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. But you also talked about the mobile app. And I think for a lot of people who are getting started right now, perhaps sitting down at the desktop is too much just to begin with. So maybe make sure that, your smartphone has the app, and you start, each time you feel your thumb going over to that Facebook icon, say, no, we're going to do LinkedIn instead.
Yes. And
so
here,
go on.
And here's the thing about the LinkedIn app. They have done leaping amounts of great progress in the last couple months since Microsoft bought them. I'll be honest with you, up until about 3 weeks ago, I had left LinkedIn for about 9 months because they weren't innovating. And then Microsoft bought them, and all of a sudden they're coming out. They've improved their messaging app. They're rolling out video to everybody. And I think that Microsoft says, look, this is not Facebook. It's not Twitter. It's not Instagram. It's not Snapchat. It's It's LinkedIn. And I have fallen back in love with it. I'm getting hundreds of connections now. And I'm one of these people that I will connect with anybody unless you don't have a profile picture, or if your profile doesn't have anything filled out. I will connect with everybody because I want to meet as many people as I possibly can. And so I've fallen in love with it. So if you're sitting there going, well, I don't know, go download the LinkedIn app. Mm-hmm. And just play around with it. Guess what? Nobody's going to know if you're just surfing it. No one's going to know. So do it in your room with the door locked and the shades drawn. Just play with it. You'll fall in love with the LinkedIn app. I promise you.
Yeah, and I really love what you've said about, putting it into your calendar. I almost think that weaving it with other things that you do on a day-to-day basis can also help. So if you're going into a meeting, maybe schedule some time before the meeting or after the meeting. Before the meeting to check up on the people who are going to be there. And then afterwards to not only just check up on them, but send them that connection request. So if you wrap it into other activities, that can also get you onto the road of success where it's something that you really want to do and it's not something that you feel you have to do and you don't have the time for it.
Yeah, I always tell people you have to do what you love where you love to do it. So if you get into LinkedIn and you go, I don't know, listen, give it a chance. But if LinkedIn's not for you, it's okay if you leave the platform. But give it a chance, learn how to use it. Fill out your profile. This is all stuff that Donna shows you how to do. And give it I don't want to say the old college try because I never understood what that really meant, but give it a really good, honest to goodness try, okay? And I'm sure if you learn how to use it, see, most people give up platforms because they don't understand how to use it. And there's the fear, wow, what if I'm doing it wrong? Listen, if you're trying, that's better than not doing anything at all.
Yeah. Absolutely. And LinkedIn has so much to give, so much that you can get from it. And with that said, Mark, thank you so much for these great tips. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Donna. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.